Welcome to this Friday night matchup between St. Christopher Saints and the Trinity Titans. The Titans are returning to St. Christopher's after an upset loss this football season, looking to get some revenge. We got a strong Saints team on the court though. Tal, what do you think about the matchup here?
This is going to be a pretty good matchup, two really good teams. We're going to see some great basketball from both of these teams here, especially our St. Christopher Saints. So let's get started with the jump ball here.
We have Keaton, Gregory, and Darius Gray for the jump ball.
Student sections here at this game are just massive. This is a huge rivalry game for the Saints.
This is always a good one. It's a nice winter classic. You see both schools come out strong for this.
And that'll go to the Titans. That'll be Titans bringing up the court.
Jeremiah Robinson control the ball for the Titans.
That'll go over to Gregory. Gregory into the paint. And that is 2 points for the Titans. Maddox Patrick to start the game. Damari Smith taking it down the court for the Saints. Over to Johnson, over to Lecky. Back over to Burnett. Back to Smith at the start. To Lecky. A lot of passing up here at the top of the key. Burnett will hold on to it for a second. He goes through after Gray. And that'll be 2 points for the Saints. Brady Burnett gets the Saints on the board. Robinson down the court again to Gregory. Back to Winiarski. Into Gregory, and that'll be a jump ball.
Going to the Saints. Good fight for Brady White there.
And Burnett will bring it in. He'll bring it in to Damari. Damari Smith, just a freshman, be taking a big leadership role on this team. Over to Johnson. Back to Burnett. Burnett with a long pass, and Darius Gray in the paint. Unable to complete there. That'll be out of bounds. Titans ball.
He just lost that one.
It'll be Winiarski into number 11, Jeremiah Robinson, to start for the Titans. Robinson take it back to Winiarski.
Saints aren't starting with their usual hyper-aggressive defense tonight. Looks like they're going to sit back and wait for the Titans to come to them.
And that's a three-pointer from Winiarski there for the Titans. That'll give the Titans a three-point lead starting out. Damari Smith taking it up yet again. Back to Johnson, back to Burnett. A lot of passing going on at the top of the key here tonight. It'll be Smith taking it in. He'll shoot. Not quite. That'll go to the Titans.
It's a good fight from Colin Johnson for the rebound, but
Titans hurried up down the court. They'll go to Gregory. Over to Patrick. Patrick will go up. Another 2 points for the Titans. It's a 5-point lead. Seeing some different kind of styles of offense here. Titans are bringing it down fast. Saints are taking a little slower than the normal approach. They'll bring it into Gray. That'll be out of bounds on the Titans.
this style of slow passing offense is pretty usual for what we've been seeing for the Saints this season. What's a little more odd is the defense that they've been playing tonight.
That inbound from Lecky is tipped out by Robinson. It'll be Lucky bringing it in again. Into Gray with a little contest. Gray will try to go in, and not quite. Rebound is with the Saints. Johnson gets the two. Gets the Saints back within a one-possession game, and it'll be Robinson bringing it down for the Titans. Robinson drives in over Lecky, and it's no good.
Good defense from Patrick Lecky there.
Johnson bringing it down the court over to Smith. Smith starts to drive in, and he'll take it back to Johnson. Over to Lecky, open in the corner. Not quite. Darius Gray with the rebound with three defenders on him there. He'll dish it out to Smith. Thinks about the three, goes for the two, and it's good. Robinson bring it down yet again for the Titans. That'll go over to number 10, or I'm sorry, number 0, Winiarski. Over to Gregory. Gregory with a tough contest. Back to Winiarski.
You know, it's hard to find a guy that makes Patrick Lecky or Colin Johnson or even Darius look short, this Trinity team, especially Keaton Gregory, are really a lot larger than what the Saints are used to dealing with.
Yeah, that'll be a foul on Lecky, and it'll be Robinson bringing it in for the Titans. Out to Gregory, bring it back to Robinson. Robinson facing some tough defense here. Back to Robinson again. And they will run out of time. Shot clock violation. And it'll be Burnett bringing it in for the Saints.
Looks like they're starting to find that usual rhythm on defense.
And that'll be Smith to Johnson. Burnett with the ball, out to Lecky. Back to Smith. And back to Burnett, back to Lecky again. Lecky was tough defense here. Out to Gray. Gray shoots the three. Almost good. It'll be Winiarski with the rebound. He brings it down. And he holds on to it for a moment here. Out to Robinson. Robinson thinks about it. Back to Winiarski. He shoots. And it's no good. Gray with the rebound. And bring it back up the court.
Looking for passes.
Smith brings it way back out after going in from Gray. Smith drives in, out to Johnson. He's open, and it's good for three. Gives the Saints a 2-point lead, and Robinson will bring it down the court. Gregory to Winiarski. Over to Robinson. Tough defense on Robinson from Gray and Lecky here. And the three is no good from Rutley. That's Saints ball. Smith taking it down the court. Over to Johnson, almost open. Drives in. Wasn't able to take control of it. That'll be Titans ball.
Looks like Colin was looking for a foul there. He didn't get one.
Yeah, some tough defense out here. A lot of, could go either way plays.
We have Nate Roberts subbing in for Patrick Lecky now.
And it'll be Winiarski taking it down the court for the Titans. He'll go out to Gregory. Gregory at the top. That'll go out to Gibbs. And the two-pointer is no good from Patrick. Smith brings it down the court for the Saints again. And he'll hold on to it. That'll be Johnson with the ball. Almost open, not quite. Dishes into Gray. Gray looking for a pass. Takes it back out. He'll drive in and shoot. Not quite. And that ball is out of bounds.
The Saints ball.
Saints ball. Much to the chagrin of the Titans student section.
Or,
excuse me,
it
it's
looks like
Titans
it's been
ball.
overturned.
It'll be Gregory into Winiarski. Winiarski takes it down. Over to Gregory, back to Gibbs. Over to Winiarski again, into Gregory in the paint. It is denied!
Looks like they're going to call a foul on Colin Johnson there. Looks like before the Nate Roberts block, there was a foul from Colin Johnson. Gregory will go to the line for that.
Gregory has a chance to tie it back up here. He makes both. And he misses the first. The Saints will hold on to the lead for now. Robinson goes back in for the Titans. And Gregory makes the second. It'll be 9-8 Saints. And Smith will take it into Johnson at the start. Smith's going to command the ball down the court again. Johnson's pretty open for now. And Smith shoots. Not quite. Roberts gets the offensive rebound. Darius Gray brings it in. And it seems to be tipped. And that'll go back to the Titans with Rutley. Rutley brings it in. And not quite. That'll go to Darius Gray on the rebound.
Really, Brady Burnett got a hand on that one. Definitely broke up that layup.
Roberts in the paint. Not quite. That'll go back to the Titans. And it'll go over to Robinson. And back to Robinson again. Robinson backs it up. Takes a long three, and it's no good. And they'll call a jump ball.
That'll go to Trinity this time.
Second jump ball in the first quarter.
We'll have Churchwell and Welch coming in for Darius Gray and Colin Johnson for the Saints.
And they'll bring it into Gregory. That's Robinson. Robinson will control the ball for now. That's Rutley. It's going to be a foul on Alex Churchwell there for the Saints. Ball will go to the Titans. Out to Gregory. Gregory shoots, and it's good. That'll give the lead to the Titans. Smith takes it slow down the court.
I mean, when Gregory uses all of his height like that, it's a feat to reach the ball even.
Burnett drives in, reconsiders. They're going to think about how to approach this. Only 25 seconds left, 12 on the shot clock. Smith shoots for the three, and it's good. Another three-pointer from the Saints.
It looks like our referees are going to call that 2 points.
And it'll go over to Rutley for the Titans. Only 3 seconds left. Smith needs to get down there. Oh, not quite. Almost had it. That'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Scott Gymnasium on the campus of St. Christopher School for the second quarter of the St. Christopher Saints versus Trinity Titans. It will be Leckie bringing it in for the Saints to start the second quarter.
So far, it's been a close defensive game here. I mean, early in that first quarter, Trinity was doing a good job of finding holes in the Saints zone, scoring a lot of baskets in the paint. But since then, it's really slowed down. We haven't seen very many points in that second half of that first quarter.
Yeah, this is really a one-to-one game. You know, both teams are playing some good basketball and pretty equal here. Smith will have it at the top for the Saints. He'll dish out to Johnson. Johnson takes the open three, and it's good. The refs will call that one a three. Saints take a 4-point lead. It'll be Robinson bringing it up. That'll go to Shelton. And Winiarski is no good for the three. It goes to Gregory, though. Gregory in a tough battle for it. He goes up. Pretty uncontested layup there for the Titans. That'll bring it back to 2.
As in the first quarter, the Saints are struggling to find an answer to Gregory in the paint.
Yeah, this will be Lucky. Bring it over to Burnett. He'll bring it into Gray. Gray with the long pass. Johnson brings it in. And it's in. It'll be Robinson bringing it down the court yet again for the Titans. He'll face some competition from Tamari Smith here. Bring it over to Gregory. Back to Robinson. Right by the student section here. That's going to be loud for him. Over to Shelton, and it's good for 3. Over to Lucky. Up to the top with Burnett. Burnett drives in, steps back, shoots, and scores. Robinson again for the Titans. Screen there from Gregory. Robinson drives in, and he travels. That'll be St. Christopher's ball. It'll be Burnett bringing it into Smith here. Smith takes his time down the court. He'll bring it over to Johnson. Back over to Lucky. And back to Gray. Gray gives it off to Burnett. Burnett shoots. Not quite. Tough contested shot there. This will go back to Patrick, bring it down, and he'll give it back to Robinson. Robinson over to Gregory. Gregory shoots from far away and not quite. That'll be Patrick, push it up. Not good. Not good again. That will be Saints ball. Tamari Smith takes down again. Darius Gray to the side. He'll look out to Brady Burnett. Gets the screen. Johnson. Back to Gray. Gray shoots from 2, and it's good. 5-point lead for the Saints. And it'll be Winiarski bringing it back down. Oh, it's stolen by Darius Gray. And he scores. Yeah, and the Titans will talk it over for a second after that amazing play from the Saints. We'll be right back.
Saints and the Titans are about to come back on the court after this timeout. And what we just saw was like pretty rare for this game, and that was a turnover. In the first quarter, we really didn't see that many. We just had 2 pretty quick ones for Trinity here. Looks like the Saints are trying to speed up the game.
Yeah, and the Saints have been playing a mix this season. They've been playing some strong defense, but they've also been playing some fast games at the same time. Titans will come out with some new players on the court. It'll be Mason bringing it out to Winiarski to bring it down the court. Winiarski over to Gregory, to Mason, to Patrick, back to Winiarski. Back to Rutley, Winiarski, and 1 for Winiarski.
They'll call that a foul on Patrick Lucky, it looks like.
Titans down 5, looking to shrink the lead by hopefully 2 for them. Yeah, and they'll do it. That'll get us to a 3-point game. And it'll be Damari Smith bringing it down again for the Saints. About halfway through this second quarter. Over to Burnett. Burnett gets the screen, goes out to Gray. Gray and Gregory in that matchup there, some big guys. And that'll get a Saints ball.
Some substitutions on the court for the Saints. Nate Roberts is going to come in for Patrick Lucky. Or for Colin Johnson, actually. Patrick Lucky's staying on the court.
And they'll bring it into Damari Smith, who drives in quickly. That'll be a foul on the floor. That'll be a foul on Mason for the Titans. And it'll be Lucky bringing it in for the Saints yet again. Lucky tries to find somebody, goes to Smith in coverage. Smith slows it down, gets the screen, takes the shot from just inside the 3, not quite. That'll go back to the Titans. It'll be Winiarski bring it down yet again. Oh, spins it through. Oh, and it's blocked by Darius Gray. Damari Smith brings it down, shoots again, and it's good. Over to Patrick. And not quite good for Gregory. They'll go back to the Saints again. Darius Gray out to Lecky. Lecky drives in, he shoots. Not quite. That'll go back to the Titans.
Boys, this game sped up.
That'll be a foul on Lecky.
They're going to say his feet weren't set there.
There you go.
It'll be Rutley shooting 2. And it's good for Rutley. Robinson's back in for the Titans. Rutley's second is good as well. It's 2 for 2.
Also subbing back on for the Saints is Colin Johnson as Patrick Lucky will take a break.
Be Damari Smith taking it down slowly again. Try to command the court here. And then drive in. Out to Gray from behind the 3. He thinks about it. Then drives in. Out to Johnson. Johnson drives in as well. Back to Gray. Almost. And that will be a foul on Roberts.
Saints have just had trouble scoring in the paint tonight. A lot of their points have come from those mid-range shots.
Yeah, Darius Gray is usually really able to get through anybody in the paint, but Keaton Gregory makes it a lot tougher. Leave Robinson at the top.
Also, Maddox Patrick. I mean, this team is just in no shortage of height.
Back to Gregory. Back to Rutley. Rutley shoots from far away. Not quite. And it'll be Roberts with the rebound. Burnett brings it down for the Saints. Matched up against Winiarski here. Back to Johnson. Johnson back to Smith. Smith back to Gray. Gray inside to Johnson. Johnson goes back out. Only 6 seconds left on the shot clock here. Smith goes in, and he scores from the paint. Saints yet again in a 5-point lead. And it'll be Rutley. Denied!
Double blocked by Gray and Johnson. Looks like the Saints are all over that. Couple substitutions now. Colin Johnson and Nate Roberts going to come off the court.
Robinson looks somebody to inbound to. Takes it out to Winiarski. Winiarski, air ball from the 3. Quick play from the Saints there into Burnett. And not quite. It'll be Trinity ball.
Saints playing with a man down on defense.
And a physical play there. That'll be 2 for Rutley and the Titans. Brings the lead yet again back to 1 possession. Smith taking it slow down the court again. Over to Churchwell. Churchwell to Burnett. Burnett shoots a long one. Almost. And it seems to have caught onto the hand of Welch there. It'll be Patrick going in. Oh, it's tipped out by the Titans.
They're going to call that a goaltend.
That was going in, I think. The Titans tipped it out. All right, there'll be Burnett bringing it in to Smith. Back over to Burnett at the top. And it bounces off of the shoe of Robinson there. It'll be Saints ball. Less than a minute remaining in the half here. Saints hold a 3-point lead. Take it out to Smith. Smith back to Burnett. To Gray. Gray takes it in. Nearly an and 1 there. That'll be 2 shots for Gray. Gray's got a chance to bring it back to a 5-point lead here. First free throw is good.
You know, it's great. Even with these big, loud student sections, it's great to see both of them fall absolutely silent when the other team is taking free throws.
And the second one is good as well. Saints would go up 5 with 37 seconds remaining in the first half. Titans have nobody to inbound it over here. They'll bring McGregory back. Robinson brings it down again for the Titans. He tries to drive in through Johnson. Wasn't able to. That'll be a foul on Johnson. 2 more shots for the Titans here. Hoping to get back to the 3-point range, which they've been at so many times so far this game. Not quite.
Substitution. Griff Kerr is going to go in for Keaton Gregory.
Second free throw is good. There goes Saints ball. Smith bringing it down the court slowly, taking their time. It's only been one really fast play so far. Bringing it down this quarter. No. Tries to get around him. Over to Gray. Gray looks around. Churchwell is open in the corner. Gray decides to go in. He'll shoot for 2 points. And that'll be after the buzzer there. And the St. Christopher Saints hold a 6-point lead at the end of the first half. We'll be right back.
Hill Baller. I'm here with MJ Crocker, linebacker for the varsity football team. Got a all-time lineup draft. You know a lot of players, MJ. I bet you do.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go.
All right, first pick. Best not to overthink it. I'm gonna go Tom Brady.
Yeah. I'm going to go back-to-back receivers here. I'm going to go Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
It's dominant. Hard to stop this too. Yeah, I'm going to go for my receiver. I'm going to go Terrell Owens.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Sheriff and Peyton Manning. And then I'll also take my running back in LaDainian Tomlinson.
My running back, I'm going Barry Sanders. You know, just too elusive, hard to stop him. And next pick, I'm going a receiver. Give me Larry Fitzgerald.
That's a good pick right there. All right, so we got one tight end and then a receiver.
One tight end, one more receiver each, and then defense.
I'll take Rob Gronkowski, and then I'll take Michael Irvin.
Yeah, last wide receiver. Gonna go Megatron. Lions legend right there. They don't have a lot of them, so.
Missed on him.
Yeah.
All right, so now all-time defense. What are you thinking?
My defense, I'm going to go with the 1985 Chicago Bears. Just dominant. That playoff run, man, was incredible.
I think I'm going to go with the Legion of Boom 2013 Seahawks.
Yeah, certainly the best in recent memory.
Yeah.
Tight end. Got one tight end. You know, he's not the most popular player, but prime Travis Kelce, man.
Good.
He was a problem.
I like that hill. I like that. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out, MJ.
Yes, sir, Hill.
Good to
Welcome back to the second half of this Saints-Titans basketball game. Saints are currently leading 30-24 if you're just joining us. Trinity's going to start the ball this half.
Robinson started off. And Titans started off with a miss from Winiarski.
Maddox Patrick stole that from Gray, but he won't make the layup.
Gray bring it down quickly. And barely over to Johnson, not to Smith. Out to Burnett. Burnett, long shot. Not quite. And a rough play there. They'll go back to the Titans. Lee Robinson way over into the corner. Rutley is open, and it's good for three.
Saints taking it up the court now.
Smith leads the team yet again in the second half. Over to Burnett. Tough defense from Rutley here. Burnett out to Johnson. Johnson drives in. Over to Lucky. Lucky for three, and it's good. Robinson brings it down for the Titans. He'll be matched up with Lucky. And then Gray. And he'll take it over to Patrick. Patrick to Winiarski. Back to Robinson. Rutley with the ball. Takes it back out, then brings it in. Over to Winiarski for three. Not quite. And Gray will recover it. Gray goes in fast, and it's good. Winiarski bring it down into Gregory. Gregory can't hold on. It'll go to Burnett. Burnett drives in. That will be
foul on Trinity.
That'll be a foul on Winiarski. And Burnett will be shooting. Burnett sinks the first one. Saints up 9. Makes the second one as well. Robinson brings it down for the Titans. Robinson holds on to it. Over to Winiarski. Back to Robinson again. Back to Winiarski. Into Gregory. Gregory all the way across to Patrick. Patrick drives in, and it lips out. It'll be Saints ball. Darius Gray with the rebound. He brings it down fast again. And it's good. Darius Gray, 2 more points. Brings the Saints lead to 12. It'll be Patrick over to Rutley. Rutley shoots, and it's good. 3 points for the Titans. That'll bring the lead back down to 9. Welcome back after that short break to the Saints versus Titans. Ball will start with Burnett. Burnett will bring it to Johnson to start. Bring it right back to Burnett. Burnett brings down the court for the Saints. Over to Johnson. Johnson bumped there. Over to Gray. Gray goes for 3, and it's good. 3 points. 2 points. That's going to be called 2 by the refs. Robinson bringing it down for the Saints. Shoes off Patrick. Over to Gregory. Gregory, tough competition here. Robinson again. Back to Rutley. Rutley drives in, and he gets 2 out of it. Smith will bring it back down the court for the Saints yet again. Smith takes it slow. He'll take it over to Johnson. Johnson shoots. Not quite good for 2. They'll go back to Rutley, going down the court fast. Over to Patrick, back to Gregory again. Back to Rutley. They can't hold on. That'll be a blocking foul on Gregory. Sweet Johnson. Johnson to Smith. Smith brings it down. Smith tries to command the team here. Smith drives in, looks back out, back to Burnett. Burnett drives in, looks back out, back in again. That's going to be a foul on Rutley, I believe. It'll be Burnett bringing it in for the Saints.
Watch the push out!
Johnson alone up at the top. Takes it into Gray, contested. That'll be tapped out by the Titans. Saints inbound it another time.
Trinity's benches yelling for subs here.
That'll be Gibbs in for the Titans. The ball will go into Gray from the Saints. They'll start creeping in. Across the court to Lecky for 3. Almost. And almost 2 for Johnson. Oh, and it's stripped off again.
Physical play in the paint there.
It's Robinson down the other side of the court. He gets the ball out of it. Rutley drives in, and he travels. That'll be St. Christopher's ball. Burnett to Smith to start. Smith brings it down, keeping it slow. Looks at the court here, starts driving in, shoots from the paint. It's tipped. That'll go to Gray. Gray isn't able to do it, and that'll be out on the Titans. St. Christopher's ball.
The Saints have done a great job of controlling the pace in this quarter, especially with some really fast plays at the beginning that resulted in best buckets and turnovers for the Saints, but now slowing it down a little bit. It hasn't resulted in a ton of baskets in this later half of the quarter, but a lot of possession on Trinity's side of the court.
Burnett open for 3, couldn't get it. That'll go to Rutley for the Titans. Over to Patrick. Patrick drives in, back to Rutley. Rutley is open, and he can't capitalize on it. It'll go back to the Titans, though. Long shot from Robinson, and it's good.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, Smith bringing it down again for the Saints. Holds a 6-point lead, and that'll be a timeout from Coach Jones. Saints come out of timeout with Lucky, Smith, Churchwell, Burnett, and Gray. Smith starts with the ball at the top, looks around. Matched up with Robinson here. Gets the screen from Gray. He shoots, and not good. They'll go to Rutley. Rutley brings it down fast for the Titans. Smith goes in for the steal. Can't do it. Over to Gibbs. Back to Rutley. Back to Robinson. Robinson far away here. Over to Gregory. Back to Robinson. Robinson thinks about it. Decides not to. Gets over to Rutley. Back again to Robinson. Robinson drives in. And it's no good. It'll be Saints ball. Darius Gray rushes down the court. He's going to drive in. And he's going to score. Brings the Saints lead back to 8. With 2 minutes about left in this third quarter. Rutley shoots. No good. That will almost bounce out of bounds. Ends up being Saints ball. Smith thinks about it. Goes in. And Gray gets the ball out of there. Rutley falls over. And one! Darius Gray! What a physical play there.
It's a charge!
Gray will shoot one here.
It was a charge! You're horrible!
And Gray will not be able to get it. It'll be Patrick down to Gibbs, turning it down the court. Churchwell. That'll be a foul on Churchwell. It'll be Gibbs shooting 2 for the Titans.
Referees have not been calling a lot of charges tonight. I don't think they've called any, actually.
Yeah, a lot of blocking fouls. No charges yet, I don't think. And won't be able to get it. That's a travel. And it'll go back to the Titans. It'll be Patrick bringing it in. Gregory over to Robinson. Robinson trying to find someone. Finds Rutley. Back to Robinson. Drives in. Shoots from the paint. Not good. He'll be rebounded by Churchwell. And he'll go back to Gray. Gray.
It looks like
Gray takes time to come down the court. He'll bring it over to Smith. Smith to Churchwell. Churchwell to Gray. Gray holds on to it. Gray to Roberts. Can't get the layup there. Take it over to Rutley. Rutley brings it down to Gregory. Gregory thinks about it. Doesn't do it. Back to Rutley. Back to Patrick for 3. No good. Smith taking down the court again.
Saints are taking their time here as we're running out of clock time in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Saints are taking it pretty slow so far with Damari Smith, and that's 2 from Burnett.
Not too slow.
Not too slow at all. That'll be Robinson bringing it back down for the Titans. He'll shoot for 3, and it's good. Brings the lead back into the single digits. And it'll be Gray taking it slow with only 7 seconds left. He's going to rush in here, and he's going to give it to Roberts. Back to Churchwell, buzzer beater maybe, and he does it.
Right as the clock buzzes.
That'll give the Saints a 9-point lead heading into the final period of this game. We'll be right back.
Here we are starting the fourth quarter of this Trinity-St. Chris rivalry game. Saints up 9. We go to the final quarter of this matchup.
Gray starts the quarter with a bucket. That'll be 2. And it'll be Winiarski taking it up for the Titans. Over to Patrick, almost intercepted. Patrick thinks about it, out to Gregory. Back to Patrick again. Patrick starts to drive in. And that'll be blocked by Johnson, then made by Patrick. Smith taking it fast down the court here. Nice footwork here from Smith. Smith take it to Roberts. Back to Gray again. And Burnett for 3. Almost. And that will be a foul on Patrick.
First team foul of the quarter for the Titans.
It'll be Burnett bringing it in for the Saints. They're bringing it to Johnson. Johnson almost open. Brings it in to Gray, who makes it. Oh, and Rutley can't hold on to it. That'll go back to the Saints.
Saints are really having a hard time making those paint plays work earlier in the game, but now the physicality has really been stepped up. And Gray is making those layups using his size to get in there.
It'll be Smith taking it slow again. He'll bring it over to Roberts at the top. Into Gray. Gray shoots. No good. They'll go to Gibbs for the Titans. And it'll be Patrick bringing it down. And that's 3 points for Winiarski. 8-point lead for the Saints. 6 minutes remaining. Smith keeps it slow. Smith to Roberts to Gray again. And Gray will be fouled by Keaton Gregory. Gray will shoot 2 here. Chance to bring the lead to 10. Gray's first is no good. Titans seem to abandon the silence during free throws. Gray for a second. No good. Gray gets the ball back though. And that'll be a timeout for the Saints. Smith will bring it back for the Saints. He'll look over to Johnson, to Burnett. Burnett trying to make some moves here. Gray is tough coverage. Burnett drives in, shoots, no good.
Well, beat the shot clock, but the Saints have to rush back.
Oh, and intercepted by Smith. Smith drives in. Oh, but it's back to the Titans.
They're saying Smith may have stepped out of bounds there.
Yeah, Patrick brings it in from a tough environment there in the student section. Robinson will have the ball. Smith sticks with him. It'll go over, and that'll be a missed three from Rutley. Johnson will fall. That will be a foul on Gibbs, I believe. It'll be Johnson bringing it in for the Saints to Smith.
That's 3 team fouls with just a little over 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter for the Titans.
Smith takes his time, gives it from net, back to Roberts. And Gray almost has it, misses again. Has the ball again, he scores. Third time's the charm from Darius Gray. It'll be Winiarski bringing it down. And he'll charge Brady Burnett. That's Saints ball. I believe that's the first charge call of the game.
And the crowd is loving it.
Gibbs will go back out for the Titans. It'll be Smith bringing it down. He'll look to find Roberts. Roberts thinks about it. And the pass will be out for the Saints. It'll go to Patrick and the Titans. Patrick in to Robinson here. Robinson. Under the ref's legs. And he steps out of bounds. That'll be St. Christopher's ball.
Trinity sideline is understandably frustrated about that play, but
it'll be Smith bringing it down for the Saints yet again. Over to Johnson. Johnson thinks about it. Over to Gray. Gray back to Burnett. Back to Gray. Oh, and it nearly turned over, but Gray holds on to it. 5-4 here, and he makes it. 2 points, Darius Gray. 12-point lead for the Saints. Saints playing some tough press defense here. Early Robinson with the ball. Back to Winiarski. Back to Robinson. Thinks about it. Decides not. It's intercepted by Brady Burnett. He takes it down. And that will fall out of bounds.
It'll stay with the Saints. Patrick Leckie's going to inbound that.
It's tipped by Patrick, but it'll get to Gray. Gray steps back, takes a look at the court, back to Smith.
The Titans sideline is getting almost deafening here.
Over to Leckie for three. Almost. It'll be Robinson bringing it down. He'll shoot from far away, and it's good for three again from Robinson. That'll be a timeout for the Titans. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Scott Gym for the Friday night matchup of the Trinity Titans and your St. Christopher Saints. It'll be Smith bringing up the court with just under 3 minutes left in the fourth.
Trinity only has 1 timeout left with 4 team fouls. Saints are currently leading by 9 points.
Smith taking his time here, trying to burn some clock. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock, though. You're going to need to hurry up a little bit. And Patrick gets his hands on it. Back to Gregory, back to Patrick. Over to the corner, Winiarski for 3. No good. Rutley gets it, though. Wide open, Robinson. And he makes it. That's 2 threes in a minute for Robinson there. The lead is 6. Smith has the ball.
The Titans are responding to the pressure from the Saints with some heat of their own.
Over to Lecky. Lecky has tough defense from Winiarski here. Over to Johnson. Johnson in the paint. Tries to dish it to Gray. The ball will go back to the Saints.
Colin Johnson's going to inbound this for the Saints.
It's going to be a timeout from the Titans there.
That'll be their final timeout of the game. We'll join you after this break.
Burnett into Gray. Gray in the paint. And he is fouled by Patrick. Gray will get 2 more shots. Not the first time Gray's on the line today. Up 6. Currently 2-possession game. 1 make here brings it to 3. Titans are loud. Gray can't make the first. Gray gets another chance with all this noise in Scott Gym. And he can't do that one either. They'll go back to the Saints, though. Smith at the top. Holds on to it, taking their time. Smith getting some hard defense here. Johnson brings it in. Over to Lucky. Lucky for 3. Not quite. Gray gets the ball, though. And it's good! Darius Gray for 2 points. Brings the lead to 8. And 1 for Robinson there.
That foul's on Colin Johnson on the attempted block.
Titans have a chance here to get it back within 5 points. They haven't been there since the first half, I don't think. Saints keep it quiet for Robinson's free throw, and it'll be good. Shrinking the Saints' lead to 5. Smith takes his time, just over a minute remaining. Smith across the court, taking his time, 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Starts to drive up, some footwork, over to Johnson. Johnson shoots from 3, no good. Darius Gray gets the rebound, can't make that, but he makes the second. Another 2 points from Darius Gray.
That is some good heads-up basketball to make sure that ball hits the rim before the shot clock runs out, and they're putting it right back up.
Rutley to Robinson. Robinson drives in. That's going to be a blocking foul on Darius Gray.
The referees have been really stingy with these charges tonight. I mean,
it'll be Winiarski bringing it in. Titans down 7, 34 and a half seconds remaining in the game.
Patrick Lucky's going to come out for Nate Roberts.
Damari Smith defending the inbound. And that will be a foul on Brady Burnett. And it'll be Winiarski bringing it in again. He'll bring it to Gregory. Gregory tries for it. Can't get it, though. Smith avoids the foul. The refs wouldn't call the foul there. Smith brings it down the court.
I mean, for a freshman, Damari Smith.
Saints will get the ball back. Just like football chants, starting from the student section.
Looks like the Saints are going to call a timeout here.
Under 20 seconds remaining. This is a 7-point ball game. We'll be right back. Darius Gray has the ball, brings it to Burnett. Burnett, they won't call the foul. Burnett finally fouled with 12.2 seconds remaining. These refs are being very conservative with the foul calls here for Trinity in the final moments. Burnett will shoot 2. If he makes both, he'll have a 9-point lead.
Patrick Lucky's back in.
And the first one is good for Burnett. Saints are up 8, and Gregory is back in for Gibbs for the Titans.
Saints are going to play with an extra man on their half of the court.
And the second one is good as well. 9 points, 12.2 seconds for the Saints.
Nate Roberts can come back in for Patrick Lucky.
Titans are going to need to play some historically efficient basketball here if they want to win this game. Robinson, he's got to go. He holds on, gives it to Gregory, to Rutley. Rutley from far away. Can't make it. Clock will run. Patrick with 1.2.
He'll make the buzzer beater, but it won't be enough.
Your St. Christopher Saints win the crossover rivalry. 63-57. Good night.